Now to a story about something you may have in your bedroom right now that you or someone you love may be getting ready to use. It's designed to help you sleep and in some cases save a life. But now more than 15 million breathing machines made by Philips are being recalled. And this FDA inspection report says that the company may have known about the problem 6 years ago and did not make changes. The manufacturer now says the devices may cause serious, even life-threatening issues.
I don't want to see anybody to have to go through the things that I've been through in the last year.
It's been just over a year since Randy Boyd was diagnosed with cancer. In July of 2020, he felt a bruise on the left side of his neck and went to the doctor. A biopsy revealed it was throat cancer.
And I'm thinking, well, how in the heck could I get cancer? You know, it don't run in my family or nothing.
It's been more than a year of trip after trip to the hospital.
And that took care of the left side.
Then he had to undergo another surgery because cancer appeared on his right side. He just finished an additional 30 rounds of radiation.
I'm struggling, and I'm struggling physically, mentally.
Boyd was diagnosed with throat cancer at the age of 58, 22 years after he says he stopped smoking.
I have no idea how I got the cancer. Then all of a sudden, Philips comes out with a recall saying that their machines have a risk of causing cancer. So I'm like, oh my gosh, this could have been the reason that I'm going through all this. It was like a bombshell.
Like millions of Americans, he was prescribed a Philips CPAP machine to treat sleep apnea. For more than 6 years, he says he slept with it strapped to his face to help him breathe.
When I first got the CPAP machine, after the first week, I slept so good. I started dreaming again. I'd wake up feeling refreshed the next day, thinking that, you know, everything's gonna be great now. And then here, 6.5 years later, I've got cancer and having surgery.
In June, Philips Respironics announced a voluntary recall of millions of its breathing assistance machines. Certain ventilators, CPAP, and BiPAP machines recalled due to potential health risk related to the polyester-based polyurethane foam used in the devices to make them quieter. Philips says it received several complaints about the presence of black debris and particles within the air path circuit. The urgent recall this summer warned that the issues could result in serious injury, which can be life-threatening or cause permanent impairment, but said there had been no reports of death as a result of these issues. Attorney Troy Boak's law firm represents Boyd and thousands of other CPAP users.
And so the problem with the foam in particular is that it does two things. One is it degrades, so there's small particles that break off and flow through the tube into the mask and ultimately into the person's body. And they can either breathe it in into the lungs or they can digest it and it goes through their digestive system.
The FDA says the foam issue may get worse in hot and humid settings, and it may also release certain dangerous chemicals.
When it off-gases, it makes these volatile organic compounds. And it's those VOCs, as we call them, that are harmful to a person that may cause cancer.
In response to the recall, the FDA inspected a Philips Respironics manufacturing facility. The inspection report, just released this month, says emails show Philips was made aware of the foam degradation issues in 2015 and did no investigation, health hazard evaluation, risk analysis, or design review. The inspector noted a 2018 email from Philips to its supplier documenting complaints Philips received related to problems with the foam in Trilogy ventilator devices. That foam, the report says, had been pulled into patients' air pathways, but Philips made the decision not to change the design and to continue using the foam. The foam was later found to be carcinogenic and toxic to cells. In a statement to First Coast News about the recall, Philips says, "We fully understand and regret the impact that this is having on patients." The company says it has launched a comprehensive patient and customer communication program, which includes dedicated mailings, call centers, and websites in more than 100 countries. But some customers may still not be aware of the potential health risks because many of the devices were sold through third parties.
It's horrible. I mean, I have to put this thing on my face every night and sleep with it to make sure I don't die in my sleep. When I'm putting it on my face, am I causing the cancer to come back? Is it going to cause something to get in my lungs? I have no idea. So I'm just stuck in the middle. I don't know what to do here. I have 5 kids and 12 grandkids. Some of them feel like, well, Dad, you shouldn't use the machine. But then I tell them, well, I have to use the machine because if I don't, the doctor says I could stop breathing and die.
Philips says its priority is to replace the foam in all the affected devices, either by repair or replacement with like devices, with new silicone-based foam at no cost to consumers in the U.S. That's expected to take until next fall. As Philips ramps up its production of replacement devices and repair kits, Boyd waits, hoping by sharing his story, he will spare others from having to go down the difficult road he's traveling.
Justice for me, they've caused me so much pain and so much anguish. My job with my family, being sick, the pain I've had to go through with the surgeries. If this will help somebody else to wake up and say, look, I'm not going to use that machine, I got to do something, then it would be worth, me speaking up.
So if you have one of these recalled devices, what should you do? Well, right now the FDA says talk to your doctor to decide whether or not you should stop using it. And Philips says be sure to register your device so that they can start the repair or replacement process. And you can see all of the devices recalled, and you can read what the FDA is now saying about the replacement foam in this story on firstcoastnews.com.